Welcome to the Intello Advisor Portal. In this demonstration, I'm going to do a very quick run through of the features and functions of our portal so you can get the most out of it and save a lot of time working with us. Now, when you first come into the portal, you'll be taken to the dashboard. So this dashboard has got a number of different sections, which are the different tasks that require action by yourself or your team. So we have client queries for general information requests where we need information from yourself or your team about your clients. Account finalisations is when we've prepared a set of accounts for your client's SMSF or family trust or company, etc., and we need to provide them to you so you can get your clients to review and sign off on them and send them back. On the bottom right, we have strategic items. So these are things that our teams came across which we think you need to have a look at them because they might be important to your client. Tax payments, pretty self-explanatory. That's when your client needs to make a payment to the ATO that you need to organise or to send to them to make the payment. And also data feed authorities, which is very important because for us to do our job and provide our services, it's essential we have good quality data coming through, and typically to get the data we need yourself or your clients to activate a data feed for us. Okay, looking into the tasks a little bit deeper, how they're organised, it's by client and job, which is typically going to be the financial year it relates to. So we've got a couple of items here. What you can see is the name of the job, which is say the annual accounts that we're working on for that particular client. You can see the client's name. And you can also see the active and completed tasks. Now, please excuse the numbers here. It is a demo, so there's a lot of demonstration tasks which are open and close over a long period of time. Typically, you wouldn't see numbers quite so high. If we click into one of these tasks, what you'll see is the following. So you'll see a lot more detail. You'll see a list of the linked tasks that relate to this job. You'll see the team members attached and also the team from your business which is assigned to that particular client. So if we click into one of these tasks, it will open up the task box, which has got a lot more detail. It's basically got the status or the stages of the task at the top. By default, you'll see it as action required, and it'll go through as being responded to if you upload a document or if you make a comment. Now, you can also reassign a task. So say if there's something that comes up on your screen, on your dashboard, and you're like, that's not actually for me, you can reassign that to another person on your team. You can also drag and drop documents onto the task, or you can upload from your computer. When you make a comment, the task will automatically show that it's been responded to, and that means that our team each day, when we review the tasks that have been responded to, we can see that you've responded or uploaded a document, and then we can take further action, including closing it off, marking it as completed, or if we need more information, we can comment back and say, thank you for your response or the document or documents you've uploaded. Can you please provide more information? And when we do make that response back to you, and we do require something else, you'll actually get an email notification from us. So that's the basic task functionality. So to close out of the task, just click the X on the top left and you can go back to the dashboard. Now what you may notice is there's these little buttons for my tasks or all tasks, so you can actually toggle between different tasks to see just the ones allocated to yourself, which you'll see by default, or you can actually toggle and see all of those tasks for everyone on your team, so it's completely transparent. There is a summary of the tasks across the top of the page. So all active tasks, which are the tasks that require some response from your team across your entire client base. And you also have my active tasks, which are the two tasks which have been allocated to you. And you can also see the job scheduled, so that's the accounts as well as the jobs that we're working on at the moment, as well as your clients. Now if I click on active clients, it'll take me to the list of active clients. Once again, this is a demo client, so there's only one client that's there. So this is where you'll see your list of clients, their super funds, family trusts, any client that we're doing some work on your behalf will be shown here. Now, if I click into this client, you'll see a lot more information. You'll see the ABN. The tax on number for security and compliance reasons is hashed out. You'll see, the address, GST registration status. You'll see some basic information around the overall balance of the fund. You can see the asset allocation, members, the data feed information. Once again, apologies, this is a demonstration client, so there's a few different data feeds that have been added in there. You can also see the tasks that are open for that client, including the ones that are completed as well. So you've got a full history of all the different tasks, the responses from yourself and other people on your team, and also from our team. So there's a full tracking and history on every task. You can also see the jobs that are there and the state that they are in. So once again, apologies, there are a few test jobs in this screen, and you can also see, if there's any tasks that require action, ones that have been responded to, as well as items that have been complete, and you can also see the closed jobs. If you go to documents, you'll be able to see the documents tab. Now this goes directly into our document management system, and you can see the actual everything that we can see for that particular client you can also see, so it's completely transparent in regards to that. Okay, you also have the ability to edit the team members. So if we want to reallocate the default people who look after this client from your business, we can change that. So what we can do is allocate the team specifically. Now this is also important because by default, what will happen is if you assign someone as the client services officer for that particular client, any new tasks that are raised by default will go to that individual. Now, if, say, for example, you have a different person in your team that you want to receive those queries, but you still want to have that individual as the client service officer attached, we can actually change the order. So, for example, we can have things by default going to the secondary advisor, which could be a practice manager or paraplanner or another member of your team. So we've got complete flexibility in regards to who gets the default allocations, and if we do get them wrong, please give us some feedback and then we can update our records to make sure the right person gets notified of the tasks at the right time. Another important feature when you go into the client details screen is the client view button on the top right. When you click on that, it will take you across into the online reporting, which is provided by Class, and you can see a lot more information regarding that particular client. You can get valuation reports, pension reports, contribution reports, a full spectrum of reports for this particular client. So this is where you get all the details that you'll need to provide advice or portfolio reports, etc. for your clients. Now, if you click back on your business name, which in this case is Advisor Demo, it'll take you back to your active client list. When you've got, say, more than 10 or 15 clients, there is a search function, so you can actually search the particular client name that you're looking for to find the details you need. So the next thing we've got is jobs. So this gives you a rundown of all the active jobs that we're working on, which could be, the annual accounts, it could be a trust deed upgrade, it could be a new establishment or a transfer of an existing client. And you can also see the state they're in. By default, it will show you all jobs. You can search for a particular client to see where they're at. So if I want to search for the Smith job, I can see that there's some accounts there, a job that's has been worked on and has been cancelled. Also across the top, you can see jobs in different states. So if you want to see a particular job that's in review, you can see that. If you want to see a particular job at audit, you can click on audit, etc. And there's also some quite detailed filters. So if you only wanted to see, transition jobs, you can actually see those. Or if you only wanted to see annual account jobs, so you can kind of get a bit of a really good snapshot of where everything is at. So if a client does contact you and say, oh, listen, where are my super funds accounts at for this financial year, can quickly and easily provide an answer to that question. Okay, the next important screen is the tasks screen. Now this is the overall task list that's currently active across your business. Now by default, it'll show you any active tasks for your clients that are assigned to you. But what you can do, if you click on the little filter button, you can see all active tasks. So you can see everything allocated to everybody across your business, who's allocated to it, when it was last updated, who has it been updated by, whether it's someone on the Intello team or whether it's someone from your team, and you can get a very good overview. In addition, what you can do is you can actually download everything as a CSV file, which can be quite useful if you want to get a good breakdown, and if there's a lot of tasks that you need to allocate or to monitor, you can extract that data if you need to. Probably another important feature that we have is the online forms. So all the key things that you would request Intello to do are driven via these online forms. So they trigger workflows for us, and it's essential that you utilize these forms because it provides a structured way for yourself and your team to provide us the key information we need to carry out that task that you want us to do. Rather than relying on phone calls and emails, we need to centralize and collect that information in a very controlled way. So the key ones are obviously creating a new self-managed super fund when that fires up, or you can transfer an existing client. You just fill out the form, fill out all your details, the client's details, all the information you have, and that'll trigger the process for us to onboard an existing client that you have to start to use our services. There's also a number of other things you can do, such as changing a trustee from individual to a corporate trustee, setting up a new bare trust for a limited recourse borrowing, requesting a pension change, so a commencement or commutation. It's a very common one, obviously. Requesting an investment strategy, so we'll do the pension request, investment strategies. There's no additional cost for those. Some of these other ones, there are obviously fees involved because they're different services and establishing entities, etc. You can update payment details, so that could be on a client-by-client basis or for your business as a whole in terms of some of these new entity establishments. You can amend a trust deed. You can just do a change of details. So change of details is obviously very common, and it could just be a change of address. It could be adding a new member, or it could be any other type of change that you need to make to that particular client. DocuSign enrollment. So if you are using Intello services, we can set you up with your own branded DocuSign account to enable you to send out your client SMSF accounts and other documents they need to sign via DocuSign. So highly encourage you to do that. If you haven't got a digital signature solution or electronic signature solution for your business, please look at DocuSign and have a chat to us if you need further information. You've also got a rollover request form, which enables you to request a rollover of funds out of a self-managed super fund. So say, for example, you've got a client who is maintaining an insurance policy in an APRA regulated fund, and you regularly, once a year or twice a year, need to do a transfer of funds across to the APRA fund account to ensure there's enough money in there to pay the insurance premiums. You can use the rollover request form. And you can also do a binding death benefit nomination request form as well. There's also some very important features on this taskbar. How to get help. So there's a couple of different ways. The first way is to access the Intello Help Center. We have well over 100 different articles covering technical things, questions about our services, and also questions about the advisor portal. Now, even if you may already know the answer, it's kind of good to do a bit of a search, and what you'll probably find is some information that will help you. But if you do search for something and you can't find the answer you're looking for, it's still good that you have conducted that search, because we get a record of the searches that people undertake where they can't find anything relevant, and that helps us make sure that we're providing relevant content so you can better self-help yourself in the future. Another thing you can do is that we have chat support. So we actually have a live chat functionality. It can be accessed via the chat support button here, or you can just click on the little icon down here and write us a message. So you can just say, hi, I need, and send that through to our team. and we will respond very quickly. And if it's during business hours, normally it takes us a few minutes to get back, but we will chat back to you or send you in the right direction, or sometimes we'll just give you a call because it might be easy to actually talk through the particular question that you've raised. So the live chat runs same as our phones, business hours 8:30 to 5 on business days. Now, another item we've got in the taskbar is the express upload. So this is useful in situations where you've got a document you've received, you know that you're going to have to provide it to us, but we haven't asked for it yet. So what you can do is you can quickly click on that. You can grab a document from your computer. It sits there, you can see the name of it, and you can just select the client it relates to, what type of document it is, and the financial year it relates to, and then you can just upload that to us. And then we'll get that, we'll get a notification on our side, it'll sit in our filing system, so when our team's going through doing the accounts, they'll come across that document, and then that's one less thing that we'll have to ask you. So it's called the Express Uploader, but to be honest, it's probably a slow uploader, to be honest, whereas if you're uploading a document against a task, then it's going to be a lot faster. You also have your notifications icon here. There's no notifications there at the moment in this case, but if there's a notification that you've received, you'll get the little red dot up here. And you can also change your password if you need to as well. So that's a quick overview of the entire portal functionality. Now, if you do need some more help, or if you want a more detailed walkthrough from one of our team, please reach out, please contact us, and we'll have someone step you through via like a Skype or a Zoom meeting. So if you have any questions, please let us know.